Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Monday, September 9th, 2013. Well, no military launches over the weekend, so that's good. No scheduled market affecting news events for today. That, I guess, is also good. Let's take a look at what is happening overseas. And Asia had a very nice, powerful, positive, bullish day over there. And congratulations to them. I guess some positive news out of China. Believe it or not, they were happy that inflation is up because that means that the economy's moving right along. Not exactly my idea of a good thing, but I mean the inflation part of it anyway. So in Europe, a little shaky there right now. Actually looking pretty solidly in a bearish type of a mode today. Alright, let's jump over and take a look at the futures here in the US, pointing to a slightly higher open. Where are we with the VIX here? Oh, we're looking at 15 on the VIX, and we'll just want to take a quick look at a chart because Tommy Sosnoff mentioned something about the VIX looking a little up. Well, I don't know. I don't pay a lot of attention to the VIX, so I don't even know why I moved over there. Why did I do that? I don't know. Gold is still below 1,400. And oil is at $110. Not liking that at all. Although gas prices are down slightly, at least around here in the Columbus, Ohio area. Okay, everything else don't pay a whole heck of a lot of attention to. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about Friday. Friday was a pretty successful expiration day, you could say. We'll look at what expired on Friday quickly. Let's see here. We had a Google trade. That was an overnighter, and that expired successfully. We could take a look at it this way too. Okay, I got this set to 15 days, so actually on Thursday we got into this Google, so it was like an overnight trade, so that was successful. MasterCard, we got in on 8/29, and that one expired successfully as well. We can take this alert off of here as a panic alert. Remove that. So that was good. I'm going to take all drawings off of here. Yeah, we had an update this morning, so I end up with these stupid drawings on here again. Really frustrating for me. Let's see here. We had Netflix also, and that was 8/29 also for 81-cent credit, and that one worked out as well. So we'll just delete all our drawings on this one. And Tesla was another overnight play. That was a nice one. That one worked out very well. Making me a little bit nervous, but it worked out okay. Alright, let's go back here and look at all of our accounts together. Oh, one other thing, also the spiders, my weekly SPY. I can tell you when I looked at this chart in the afternoon, I was like, I looked at it on this candle when it was below the line here, and I was debating whether I should get out or not. I looked at it in the morning and everything looked fine. It was down around here. I wasn't too worried about it because of this long wick down here. I figured it was going to follow through and continue down. I didn't see this during the day, and I'm very happy because I might have gotten really nervous. So that also was successful. So it was a pretty good week last week overall, I have to say. As far as Friday is concerned, I had alerts trigger on Amazon, Chipotle, Google, and Goldman. And only one I pulled the trigger on was Chipotle. So let's take a look here at what I did. So I entered into a 400 395 bull put on this, and that expires this Friday. So that's what I did. That's what I did, right? Yeah. So our short's at 400. We got to stay above 400. Our gold covered call here is marching along just fine. Not real worried about that one. We do have September expiration on that, and we'll decide what we're going to do as we get closer to expiration. We can just take a look here at one of the things that I like to look at, especially if it's in the money. If it's not in the money, then I don't worry about it. But we're at 134, so we're just slightly in the money, and we have to watch where is my number here? Delta yeah, the word I'm looking for is extrinsic. I just had a senior moment here. So the time value is $2.33.5, which is a midpoint figure. So that's the number that we want to watch. We want to make sure that this number doesn't get too close to zero if we don't want the stock to be called away and it's in the money. So that's a number that we'll be watching as we get closer to expiration. Okay, what else did I want to talk briefly about? Commissions. I've been swapping a couple of messages with some folks occasionally, and especially recently, about commissions at Thinkorswim. And what I do is I called them up and I got a per contract price. A lot of people pay, like 95 cents per contract, and then, maybe $9.99 or $9.95 for the order ticket itself. So it'd be the $9.95 plus 95 cents or whatever per contract. That gets expensive when you're trading less than 20 contracts per order ticket. So what I do is, or what I did a long time ago, is I called them up and I said that I want the per contract price, and I asked them for $1.25, and they gave it to me. They look at your account and they see, if you're trading steady, not a lot or whatever, and they want to work with you and they want to keep you as a customer. So don't be afraid to give them a call and get that $1.25 per contract. I know some people actually got it down to $1. But if I was trading more than 20 contracts on a ticket, I would take the ticket per contract price, because it ends up being a little bit cheaper. But that's why I stick with pretty much trading the underlyings that are at least over $100, preferably over $150. So if you look at my A plus list, and we're going to go to that next anyway. If you look at the A plus list, almost everything is over $150, and if it drops below it, I don't trade it anymore. But the gold here, yes, it's on my A plus list, but that's the one that I have the covered call on. So Covered calls are expensive. If you're going to do covered calls, you might want to consider interactive brokers, because assignments don't cost you anything. Assignments at Thinkorswim cost you just like as though you actually sold the stock. So that is a little bit pricey, so you have to be careful with the covered calls that you're doing at Thinkorswim. All right, enough about commissions. Let's jump right over to the A+ list. And we'll start off with our favorite, Apple. And I think that they should put a helmet on, because I think they've been beating their head against the wall a lot. That might help them from concussions. This actually is a pretty good iron condor candidate. But if I was to do a very short trade on this, I would be in the bearish market with like a bear call or something like that, because this is looking not exactly weak, but looking like it's running out of gas. I'm not going to say that it's going to make a big move down or anything, but based on momentum here on the daily and momentum here on the weekly, we're coming down around the zero mark, and we have a little bit of a hook down here on the stochastic on the daily. So I might be looking for something in the bearish area. But from a short-term trade, it's still not short enough to do something like that at this time. So if we look at this week's expiration, let's open that up. And let's slide this down a tad here. A pretty safe play would be over here at 520. It's a good possibility. I mean, it would be really putting a stretch on Apple to move up there. So based on this tiny little dinky hook here, I'll move this up here. That's pretty inviting for a short-term down move on Apple. So, based on that, I'm going to put an alert on here, and I'm going to make it really tight, because I do want to seriously take a look at doing a bear call on this. How are we looking this morning? Whoa. She looks like she's going to gap up big time. Well, make a liar out of me. Forget about that. I think that this is going to fail, and we're going to gap up this morning well above 500. So that's only like a $5 gap up, but this is good for overnight trades. I'm going to leave that subject for a future date. Alright, let's move on to Amazon here. I'm wasting a lot of time. The clock is ticking. I gotta get kicking. Alright, Amazon, uptrend, up on a stochastic, nothing there. BIDU, uptrend, we have a tick up here. As BIDU is looking kind of weak. What are we doing here? We might get a hook up here. Yeah, let's put an alert on this. Let's see if we can get it to move up on us for us this morning. BIDU hasn't traded yet. So, we'll see if we get, this would be a bull put on BIDU. Alright, over to CELG. No entry, but it's moving up very nicely, very bullish looking movement here. Weekly up. This is, I want to see it get past here. So I want to put an alert on there. I'm not saying I'm going to trade that, but I'm going to put an alert on it anyway. I want to see if it gets past this high and closes past it. Then we're in. Alright. CF. Still wallowing around. I want to look at where my 20 deltas are. They're way too close. Way too close. That's the only thing about this stock, is looking for that 20 delta on a short-term trade. It's pretty difficult on CF, so I'm going to take a pass on that. Chipotle. We were successful. Let's delete old drawings. And what are we looking at for right now? Nothing, really. Undeterminable, if there is such a word. Let's skip gold. Let's go to Google. Google, we had a successful trade on that. Let's delete all our drawings and start over. I don't see anything here. That's too flat for my taste. So I might do something later in the week, but right now, nothing. Don't see anything there. Alright, Goldman Sachs. I was looking for a hook down here, but it doesn't look like it's going to do it, so I'm going to delete all the drawings in here and start from scratch, sort of. If we end up in a new uptrend on the 50 MA here, then we're going to be looking for a move down and then a hook up to enter. So nothing there yet. LinkedIn, it didn't quite come down here and give us what we were looking for. Looking very powerful, very powerful. Not really a good place to enter, but let's just see what we have available. We're looking at 245. It's a little tight for my taste. Yeah, just a tad tight. So I'll take a pass on that. MasterCard. Looking very powerful. Let's take a look at that. 625 to 620, somewhere around there. Maybe, but it's not. It's going against our rules. So we're looking for an entry here, but really on a weekly, this is picture perfect here. Picture perfect. How are we looking for a little bit longer term on this? Let's look at September. 615. Oh, that looks inviting. If we do a 615, and we're looking at $3 in theta, and this is only 11 days out. That's not too bad. But if there's a war, I don't know. This whole war thing has got me worried. So I'm going to take a pass on anything that's long term. That's for sure. So we're going to take a pass on MasterCard. Netflix. Oh yeah. Well, this is relatively surprising. So we don't have an entry here, so we might be looking at a hook down here where we could jump in on this. Priceline. Uptrend, no entry on Priceline. No place to get in yet. Let's look at Tesla, and I can't forget to do SPX. I want to look at that today too. Tesla, we were successful. I'm going to get rid of all these old drawings here. And it looks like it's coming down and wants to give us an entry here. So let's throw a target up and see if we hit it. Visa. Could do an iron condor on Visa, but I'm not going to. Don't know which way it's going, can't determine. Alright, let's take a look at SPX. On expiration week, we will use SPX, normal expiration. On this September 13th, normal monthly expiration, we'll use SPX PM. I'll explain that when we get to it if you don't know about it. but for right now we're looking at SPX, and we are looking at, we have an PPS up arrow, and we're looking up here on the weekly, and we got a hook up over here, so looking positive. So I'm hoping that we get maybe a little bit of a move up here, so I'm going to throw an alert in here just to remind me to come over here and do something about it. And I might put one over here on this side too. And here's the reason, is that it's looking, this is sort of the last high, I guess you could say, so this would be a spot of resistance, and today it may come up there and hit that and then move down. So we want to keep an eye on that. Looks like we're setting up for a hook here, and we're kind of flat there. We're moving down over here. We do have the up arrow, but it's very easy to get a down arrow right now too, as you can see what happened last this wasn't last week before. Alright, okay, slightly long this morning, but not too bad. I hope you have a very, very successful trading day. I hope you had a successful expiration last week as well. So that's it for today. You have a great day and happy trading.